All right, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Fit IT Guy. Today I'm going to be installing this EV base real carbon fiber spoiler on the back of the Model 3 Highland here. This is the first exterior mod I'm doing to the Highland. I've done a couple interior mods already. You can use my code the Fit IT Guy, which will save you 20% off on EV Base's website. I did a carbon fiber spoiler on my Model Y Juniper. It was the red line carbon fiber. This is just a glossy carbon fiber. They also have a matte carbon fiber. So the glossy carbon fiber is just gonna match a little bit more with the stealth gray look. I've seen a ton of people use the red line carbon fiber. They're black Model Y Junipers and on their stealth gray Model Y Junipers and Model 3s, but I think in terms of a total overall aesthetic and matching, we're just gonna go with the gloss carbon fiber for this one today. And I'm just gonna show you one really cool thing about this spoiler is it has the tape already pre-applied. This tape is very hard to cut and handle with, so the fact that it's already pre-applied already saves us so much time for the installation of this. This should be about a 5-minute installation at most. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what came in the box, and let's go ahead and get started on the installation because this is gonna look amazing on this car. So inside they give us an instruction manual, which you don't need because you're watching this video. They give you some extra tape just in case you ever want to take this spoiler off if you get a new car and put it onto a new car, or if you want to, transfer it somewhere else later. And they also give us some blue painter's tape, which is perfect because we're going to use that to help align the spoiler and to hold it down when we're putting it on. So let's go ahead and get started with the installation. So first thing I want to show you here is just without taking off the tape, I just want to go ahead and mark it first. So by marking it, I'm going to get it aligned perfectly so that you can see here that the corners are touching and they're not lifting off the car. You'll know it's perfect when the corners are perfectly touching the car itself, and then we can step back here and take a step back and look and make sure that it's aligned side to side. I like using the brake lights here to determine if it's aligned. So I'm going to take a step back and see if it's aligned over here. In the middle of the brake lights, it should come out to. And if it looks aligned there, along with the trunk line here as well, you can pretty much do like a straight line up and it should go up to the spoiler like that. So that's how you know it's aligned as well. So I'm gonna go ahead, take a step back, look at that. And if it looks good, I'm gonna go ahead and put some tape down. So from here, it looks good. And this is some really good quality carbon fiber because without even putting the tape on yet, without, peeling off the back of the tape, it already sits flush just like that. So, they really molded the carbon fiber exactly to the shape of the car. So this is some really good quality carbon. If it wasn't good quality carbon, it wouldn't fit perfect. Carbon fiber for any car, for any motorcycle, if it's a bad quality carbon fiber, usually it's slightly off and it's a pain to get it to align properly. So get yourself a good quality carbon fiber like this EV base one, and it's gonna fit perfectly. It's gonna be super easy to install. So I'm gonna take the painter's tape and align it now. So what I'm gonna do with the painter's tape is get half of it onto the paint of the car and half of it onto the spoiler. I'm gonna do that in 5 different spots. And then I'm gonna cut the tape in half. So I'll show you this right now. So I'm gonna take a piece of tape here. Just leave the tape there. I'm gonna cut it in half and I'm gonna line it starting from the middle just so I can see exactly where things line up. Because I'm going to use the markings, 5 different markings here, to align the spoiler after the fact. So you can see what we're doing here. I did 3 already. I'm just going to do 2 more on the other side and go from there. Okay, you can see here what I did to mark the spoiler with the paint. So now when I pull the spoiler off, I'm going to peel the backing of the tape off the spoiler and then realign it with the tape before I fully stick it on. So let's do that right now. Okay, so we're going to pull it off right now, and I'm just going to go ahead and peel this tape. There's just 2 big pieces of tape here, which is great. Only 2 things that we have to peel. The more, for those of you that have dealt with a lot of this tape, this is the 3M VHB tape, which is one of the strongest tapes I've ever used. Same thing they use for GoPro mounts and things like that. So this tape can withstand a lot. Sometimes it's pretty hard to get the tape backing off. So Gonna do this. That's one. And now let's get the other one. I'm gonna peel off the backing. Just like that. And okay, the tape is off. So now I'm gonna go ahead and match it to the tape markings here, just like so. And when everything looks aligned, I'm just gonna kind of hover the spoiler on top, not letting it touch the paint until I get as close to it as possible. And then I'm gonna stick it on. So there we go. I'm gonna hold it in kind of with my stomach, and then I'm gonna hold on to the corners at the same time. And you just really wanna hold down each portion of the spoiler for at least 30 seconds. A minute is even better. So we're doing that right now. Okay, we're gonna come back to the corners just to give them some extra love here, but I'm gonna push on every other part of the spoiler now too, just to make sure it really adheres as well as it possibly can. All right, and you can see all the tape we have here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and peel this tape off now. And then we're gonna do something extra special to really secure the corners, because the corners are the trickiest part. Thankfully, again, this is such a great quality spoiler that it's really sticking on there, but we wanna make it extra strong. So to do that, I'm gonna show you a couple things. So now we're gonna take this painter's tape and we're gonna get a nice long piece here. And what we're gonna do is stick it onto the spoiler first, as tightly as possible. And we're gonna pull it towards the trunk of the car, so towards the body. And we're gonna stick the tape down. This is just gonna actually hold it even tighter. And I can put another piece of tape here right on the exact corner, but this is just an extra safety measure, just to make sure that it really sticks. So I'm going to go right on the corner here, pull it tight again, and stick it onto the car, just like that. It's going to put some extra pressure on it. I'm going to do the same on the other corner here. So there we go, I taped down the two corners, and you can keep pushing here if you want to. At this point, it's pretty secure. It's not gonna come off at this point. This is the same tape that Tesla uses on their performance spoiler for both the Model 3 and the Model Y. And this is the same exact style spoiler of the Model 3 Performance on the new Model 3 Performance Highland and Model Y Performance Juniper. So we're gonna take a step back and look how it all looks and finish up here. All right, everyone, so we can see just how good this fits onto the Model 3 Highland here. It looks so good. Obviously, this is the same exact design as the Model 3 Highland Performance that is out right now. Just EV Base makes it, and it's a whole lot cheaper than the one on Tesla's website. So if you're looking to get this done, you can buy it from EV Base. Again, 20% off with my code, TheFitIT It'll save you a ton of money on an already cheap product, and you could do it yourself in 5 minutes versus having to pay for it through the Tesla shop and having Tesla install it. So we can see just how good it looks. It gives it just the perfect amount of touch to the rear of the car to make it look sportier without being aggressive or too aggressive. So just the perfect match. And with the stealth gray color here, it looks like it's part of the car. It looks like the car just had like a spoiler like that already. Kind of like with the Model Ys, they have that little extra bit of spoiler at the rear. So looks so good. I really love it. It definitely accentuates the car very well. Fits perfectly. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. I'm about to hit 3,000 subscribers. Probably by the time this video is out, I'll be just at 3,000. So my goal is to hit 10,000 within a year. So please help me get there. I'm trying to make as much content as possible for both the Model 3 Highland and the Model Y Juniper, which I know you guys love all the Model Y Juniper content. I'm gonna do some creative things that nobody else is probably gonna be doing, like suspension, stuff like that. So please stay tuned for that. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I have a lot more mods coming for the Model 3 Highland and the Model Y Juniper. So stay tuned and thanks for watching.